Oh yeah, I'm excited, guys. We've got a new career mode in Formula One racing starting now. It's AD here, and I hope you guys are having a great day. As you guys know, I've been producing a lot of content for Motorsport Manager in the F1 series. We did the Predator Racing Challenge, which took us 10 seasons, and then we're now into the GT Challenge series. And I thought it would be cool to actually do some F1 racing myself, because I haven't actually done that genre before. And I think it would be really cool. And there's a lot of other people out there like Arava that have a lot of fun playing the F1 game. So I thought it would be really cool for me to give it a try and see if I enjoy it. So I went ahead and picked up a Logitech G29 along with the foot pedals. And that's what I'm going to be using to race in. And I've spent like literally the last week or so just doing some practice races, trying to get a handle on the steering wheel and the pedals and the game itself, just so just so I know a little bit about what I'm doing here before we get started so that we could kick this career off. And I think honestly the last game that I played that was a racing game was Sega GT 2002 that came with the original Xbox. So as you can imagine, it's been a long time since I've done a racing game itself. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think I'll be able to pick it up pretty easily. So I'm going to try to make this career a weekly release on my channel, but after producing this video, it's probably going to be a bi-weekly release because it is a lot of work to make this video. So I hope you guys enjoy it. For the career itself, I'm going to start off on easy and then ramp up the difficulty if we start to do really well too soon. I'm just not exactly sure where I stand in terms of difficulty, so we'll have to keep an eye on it and make adjustments. As far as the settings goes, I've turned all the assists off except for traction control, which is at medium. I've tried no traction control, and I'm just not that good yet. So hopefully after a few seasons, I'll be able to play without it. Let's see. Vehicle damage is set to full instead of simulation, but I'll probably change it to simulation early on in the career once I get a little bit more driving under my belt. The team we're going to be racing as is Renault Sport, and with our teammate Jolyon Palmer. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys are excited. Let's do it. We've just met our agent. She's given us a new contract for the Renault Sport Formula 1 team. They're delighted to have us on board, and they look forward to working closely with us in the upcoming seasons. We're going to start as a secondary driver alongside our teammate Jolyon Palmer, and they expect us to work closely together to help develop the car and the team as quickly as possible. So let's go out and win some points. Let's go.
Welcome to our viewers from around the globe. You join us just as today's practice session for the Australian Grand Prix is about to start. A warm welcome once again to the man standing beside me in the commentary box for this session, Anthony Davidson. Hello, Ant. Excited to get underway?
Yeah, absolutely. I always look forward to seeing the cars get out there on track. They probably won't be on the limit immediately, of course. We know that one or two of the teams are looking to do some work on new aerodynamic packages, so that always takes some time to get into. But it'll be really interesting to see later on in the session what kind of performance gains are there to be found.
All right, we're in the pits for the first round of practice. Now, we've went with a balanced setup, which means that we have an even spread of tires. We've got mediums, softs, super softs, so we've got an even distribution. And perhaps we'll change that a little bit later, but I'm just going to take a look at the tires here, see what we have available for this upcoming race in Melbourne. Our tire variation looks pretty good, so we're going to go ahead and do some practice programs. We've got track acclimatization, tire management, and qualifying pace. So we're just going to start off with track acclimatization and see how we do. So far it's been sunny here in Melbourne, and I've just been running the track acclimatization program. I had to restart it a few times here at the beginning, but as you can see now I'm actually doing pretty well here, hitting all the corners at the right moments and being in the right gears, which I think is pretty crucial. At the very beginning I didn't really know this track at all, so I was just kind of all over the place, but once I started to just take a step back and started to slow down a little bit on the corners, because it's not really that important in the track acclimatization. You don't have to do a lap with a specific time in mind, so you can kind of slow down a little bit just to hit all of the markers that you need to. It's crucial to do these practice programs because not only do you learn the track, but you also get resource points that you can use then to develop your car, which are crucial to keeping up with all the other teams throughout the season. Moving on here to qualifying pace, we've got to see how well we do as far as our lap times goes. So we've got one driver in front of us, Carlos Sainz. We're going to see if we can slip by him here, maybe on the inside, but we're doing well as far as our pace goes. So we just got to keep this up and follow the right lines. I'm going to try and slip by him here right on the inside. Locked up a little bit with the tires, but we did manage to get in front of him, and we're pushing hard. And I think Sainz was actually on the hard tires, so he definitely wasn't doing a qualifying pace. But we're going to try and get down through this stretch and then come up in around the corner here and see if we can keep our pace up. So we've got another driver in front of us. We'll see if we actually catch them. But this is definitely going to be crucial for us to see how well we're doing and how well we're placing with the other drivers, because I also want to make sure that the difficulty isn't too easy, because if it is, then we're going to have to kind of increase that difficulty a bit and see if we can make it a little bit harder so that we're not placing really well too soon. I'm actually really happy with the way this run is going, because I've managed to slow down in the right corners and take those corners in the right gears, because a lot of times in the practice runs I was in like a fourth gear when I needed to be in second gear and stuff like that, so I was just going way too fast. And so now I've got my braking down and I'm able to get around those corners at the right moment. And as you can see, coming across the finish line here, we got a really good lap.
All the cars are now over the line. Your top three again are Rosberg, a Renault, and Daniel Ricciardo. That's it for practice then. We'll see you again soon.
After the practice results come in, it looks like I'm in second place with a 136.441 as far as my lap time goes. We've got Hamilton here with a 136.727 on the medium tires, so he's actually probably going to be faster than I am. We've got Vettel with a 136.750, and then even some other people like Alonso and Bottas with a 137. So I'm thinking right now that easy is a little bit too easy, so I'm going to jump the difficulty up to medium for practice and qualifying, and then we're going to drop the difficulty back down to easy for the race to see how well we do.
Chief of Vehicle Development. It'll be my job to get your feedback as a driver and to direct our upgrade design in the areas that you feel are most lacking.
We just met our Chief of Vehicle Development, and he's going to allow us to spend resource points to upgrade our car. Now, looking at all of these, of course, I'm kind of looking towards engine, because I think engine would be helpful here, but there's a lot of different things to choose from, and different options require different resource points. But the one that piques my interest the most is probably chassis weight, because if you look at on the right hand side, chassis weight seems to increase. It seems to increase the performance bar the most out of all the other choices, even the engine. I think it'll be helpful because it gives you a weight advantage without compromising the performance of the engine or cooling. So I think it'll be a good initial choice, because I think it'll help us get through the corners a lot easier as well, but we're not compromising the engine or cooling. So we're going to start off with chassis weight, and then we'll probably move into some other areas of development a little bit later.
Practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top three, who are Vettel, Raikkonen, and Lewis Hamilton. Practice times are on the board then, but no points are on offer just yet. We'll be back with more F1 action soon.
After spending resource points on chassis weight, I went ahead and changed the difficulty to medium before the beginning of practice 2. So as you can see, taking a look at these results, the drivers have become a little bit better, and they're placing a little bit better, making better time. So I think this is going to fall in line with how I'm doing and how my driving capabilities are. So I'm going to leave it like this for now, and then change the difficulty back to easy before the race.
Guess who made the gossip columns this morning? Everyone's talking about this new rival you have. Check his stats out.
Our agent just let us know that we have a rivalry with our teammate Jolyon Palmer, so we're actually going to have to see how well we do in the race and in qualifying, because our data is going to be tracked between both races and qualifying, and we're going to be awarded points based on our performance. So we've got to see how well we're going to do against him. Now, we've been given some qualifying goals for the Australian Grand Prix. We need to hit 17th or higher for qualifying, and we need to beat Jolyon Palmer, so we need to place better than him for the upcoming qualifying session. So we'll see how well we do here.
To Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly. It always looked like the kind of track that asks an awful lot of the rear tyres, such as the frequency of low-speed exits.
Lots of low-speed exits means the rears are in for a lot of punishment. It's all too easy to spin them up coming out of a corner too aggressively. It might look great for us as spectators, as we love to see a car driven beyond its limits, but it's not going to result in a great long-run pace.
For Melbourne, I've actually been using the balanced and default setup because it's a balance between cornering and top speed. I tried a few different settings, like increased downforce, to see if I was a little bit better through the corners, but that made me too slow in the straights. And when I tried the preset of increased top speed, preset number 4, it made me really fast, but it also didn't allow me to hit the corners in the right way. So I think balanced default is good for me. I haven't spent a lot of time here trying to customize the car yet. I'm gonna have to try to learn how to do it. There's just so much in there. And it could take a lot of practice to get right. So I fooled around a little bit, but I wasn't able to really find a good setup that really I enjoyed. So I'm going to have to just kind of fool around with it. And I think every track is going to be different. So if I can start learning how to set up my car the right way, then for the track, then I think we'll be better off. But for right now, the presets are working. So I'm going to go with a balanced default setup here for this race. We're starting our first lap here for qualifying. We've got to do well here if we want to place a little bit better than the back of the grid. We also, well, our target is 17th, and we need to beat Jolyon Palmer. So our target is hitting 17th position. We'll see if we can do it. It looks like Vettel had a 31.433 for the first sector, so we're going to see if we can top that. I'm not sure if we are, because it looks like I'm a little bit all over the place here at the very beginning, but we'll see. Yeah, it looks like negative 533. So we're about almost half a second behind Vettel here. So we'll see if we can do better in the second sector. This corner always kind of confuses me because it comes up so fast, but not bad there. I was a little bit off, but I was able to kind of keep the speed going and get through into the straightaway. Looks like Ricardo had a fast lap. That's really good. Okay, so we're looking towards him now. Currently, we're in 7th place. I love how it gives you this like updated stats on how well you're placing while you're in qualifying. Oh, I had a lockup there, but now we're all over the place. That's going to cost us a little bit, but I was able to recover pretty quickly there. And we got to just take this corner, get this into second gear. Oh, kind of cut the corner there a little bit. Hopefully, we don't get dinged for that. But now we're coming down the straightaway, and it looks like Hamilton now had the fastest lap. We're definitely not going to hit a 132. We are at 135.970. So, yeah, that's going to put us in the back. So we're going to have to see if we do well, do a little bit better here for the next 2 laps.
Tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top 3. Who are Rosberg, Hamilton, and Kimi Räikkönen. It's time to leave for now, but we'll be back tomorrow when the Grand Prix itself gets underway.
Well, after qualifying, it looks like Rosberg is in first, Hamilton in second, Räikkönen in third. So they're all placing at 132. So they are actually a lot faster than I am, because my best lap was a 135.90, I think. So almost a 136 even is where I'm at. So they're about 3 to 4 seconds faster than me. So this is going to be quite interesting. I'm a little bit disappointed because we didn't beat our teammate Jolyon Palmer, who had a 135.706. We were very close to beating him. And we didn't hit 17th as well. So we're going to be negative here with our rivalry. I think he's going to be positive, I think. So that's not going to be too good for us. We just heard from our agent. She left us a voicemail, and she's given us some race goals for the Australian Grand Prix. We need to finish the race in 19th or higher, and we need to beat our teammate Jolyon Palmer. For the Drivers' Championship target, we need to hit 17th or higher. So we've got 3 targets here. We've got to do well in this race, hopefully.
They say that even a second is an eternity in Formula One, so going 4 winter months with no racing at all has seemed a very long time indeed. We're back though in Melbourne, home of the Australian Grand Prix since 1996. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 16 corners and 3.3 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles an hour. The close proximity of the barriers makes accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. And tell me, here we are, first Grand Prix of the season, the first time racing these cars. So what are the big questions that need to be answered here, in your view?
First of all, Crofty, and thanks for the glowing introduction, I just want to say it's a real privilege to be here, and I can't wait to see what this competitive field has in store for us this season. Now, to answer your question, obviously there's the question of performance in race trim, but really this is going to be all about reliability. It's the first Grand Prix of the season, don't forget, and pushing all your new components to their limits. Formula 1 cars are full of very sophisticated but also very sensitive technology, so the most important thing today is to get to the end of the race, keep everything in good condition, and try to stay out of trouble while you're at it.
We can do it a lot better than this. Come on.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Nico Rosberg will start his silver arrow from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Max Verstappen, and Vettel, Massa, Bottas, Perez, and Fernando Alonso, Hülkenberg, Button, Romain Grosjean, and Gutierrez, Sainz, Haryanto, Pascal Wehrlein, and Felipe Nasser, Ericsson, and Palmer, Daniel Kvyat, and a Renault rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
All right, the race is almost underway. We need to pick a race strategy. During practice, I just wasn't able to manage the tires very well. I was going through them a lot faster than I should have. So I'm going to pick the low tire management strategy and add an extra pit stop in. We're going to start off on the soft tires, go 2 stints on the softs, and then go another 2 stints on the super soft. So we'll be a little bit faster in the end. And since we're in the back of the pack, I think it'll be better to start off on the soft tires so we can go a little bit longer and make those stints last. That way, when everybody goes into pit, we can kind of go right by them. And it is 5 red lights for the Australian Grand Prix. We are underway. Let's get going. I'm going to stay out here on the right-hand side coming up for turn 1 because this is just a jumbled mess right here. But I kind of try to slip through a couple positions here right behind Sainz. We kind of tap tires a little bit there. And then Whalen comes up behind and now in front. So I'm going to keep up behind him, or Wehrlein rather. I'm going to try and slip on the right-hand side again. Tap tires with Sainz a little bit, but that corner made it happen. We tapped a little bit there, so got a little yellow flag here, but I'm coming up right up behind Felipe Nasser and see if we can keep up behind him here. But take a look at this right here after this turn. We make this quick turn, and then we just hit the acceleration, and we're going to fly right by him here. Look at this. Right on the side. Amazing overtake. Nasser's in our rear view mirror right up behind Button. Take a look at the replay here. Just right there. Just hit the acceleration at the right moment and just kind of fly right by him there. Just amazing. Love it. All right, so we're right behind Button now. Hit that corner right at the right time. And now into the straightaway here. So this is where looks like a lot of other drivers are going to kind of get ahead of me here, but I'm able to keep up with them in the corners. I think I'm taking the corners pretty well. I'm trying to follow their line, but I'm probably going to make my own line here at some point. But looks like Button's getting a little bit away from us here, but I'm able to keep up right here on the corner. So we'll keep up with them here, and we'll see if we can get around. Locked up a little bit there, but overall, this has been a good lap so far. We're in position 15, so we just got to keep this up here. And coming into the last corner, down into the straightaway here. And we'll see if we can catch up. Coming into turn 1, kind of taking it a little bit slow here because in practice I was able to kind of go right through and miss that corner and go right into the grass. So just trying to stay back a little bit. Now I don't really know. It seems like the other drivers kind of brake at weird times, so I'm just trying to make sure that I don't run into any of the drivers. So I'm keeping my distance between myself and Button and just trying to see if I can get in front of him and pull another overtake like I did on Nasser before. But it looks like Button kind of gets away from me here a little bit, and I'm not able to pull the same move. So I'm just going to try to keep up with them for right now. We're beginning the start of lap 4. We're looking pretty good here, right behind Button. Nasser's just a little bit behind us. Coming up to turn 1 here, taking this really nice, and managing to keep myself behind Button as much as I can. I honestly don't think Button was expecting me to come on the inside like this, but take a look right here. Kind of lock up a little bit, trying to get around the second corner, but we kind of pass Button, get right in front of him. Now he's in our rear view, and we're coming up right behind Gutierrez now. So pretty nice move there. We were able to get another position in that corner, and it's definitely a good one that we can get some position, so I'll have to keep that in mind for later. But now we're in the straightaway here. I try to come in front of Gutierrez on the outside, trying to pass him, but he kind of blocks me in, so I have to slam on the brakes there and let him remain in his position. So we'll try and see if we can find an opening here, but for the most part, we're doing pretty well. We've just got a yellow flag here. Max Verstappen from Red Bull Racing is out of the race, so I'm not really sure what happened there, but he's not going to be in this race any longer. He must have wrecked. I'm not really sure what I was thinking here, but I went and passed Gutierrez on the inside, running right into Grosjean and pushing him into the grass. Definitely not a good idea. It was a yellow flag. I should have realized that. So hopefully I don't get penalized for this, but I have a feeling that's going to happen at some point. For that kind of move, I would expect Grosjean to start a fight in the pits after we're done here. I'm coming up into turn number 2 here, and I'm just going way too fast. I try to downshift and lock up the brakes, and I go right into the grass here, into the gravel, and Gutierrez and Button end up passing me. Take a look at the replay here. Just coming straight down. The line was not very good. I didn't have the good line and locked up the brakes. Just going right into the gravel like this. And oh my goodness, look at that. Just all over the place here. And I was expecting this to happen at some point, but just lost 2 positions there. And now I'm trying to recover from this. But I know one thing that has happened in practice is that every time that I mess up, I always end up messing up again pretty soon right after that. So as soon as I mess up once, I'm going to just go off into the grass again and mess up again. So hopefully that doesn't happen here. But now I'm trying to catch up with Button, who's now in front of me again. And take a look right here. I just go right into the grass, so I'm just like out of my element a little bit, trying to recover from that first mistake. And we'll see if I can recover a little bit. We got Grosjean coming up behind us. He's pissed off, I can tell. But I guess whatever we did to him didn't really offset him too bad. So it looks like he was able to recover from that and kind of maintain his position. So able to catch up with Button and Gutierrez here. We'll see if we can try and make a move in front of them here. Not able to find a good line and not able to get in front. Do I try? I try it again. I do. I try it on Gutierrez and collide with Gutierrez. Oh my goodness. Take a look at the replay here. Just kind of all over the place. I don't know what I'm thinking on this corner, but I did this twice in a row now, knocking Gutierrez off. Look at this. Oh, Gutierrez runs in to Grosjean. Doesn't look like it knocked him back too bad, but Gutierrez is now into the grass and facing the wrong direction. Oh, what a bad turn of events there. We're starting the beginning of lap number 7. Button's right in front of me. Going to enable DRS and try to overtake him here right on the inside. And we've done it right behind Alonso here. Rosberg in 8th. Wow, take a look at the replay here. Just enabled that DRS, able to open us up a little bit there, get some extra speed, and come right in front of him there. I had to kind of slam on the brakes a little bit, though, because Alonso was right in front of us, and then Rosberg in front of Alonso. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. Probably just kind of keep my same line, but I try to go on the inside with Alonso neck to neck. I'm able to overtake Alonso on the inside and kind of run off the track there a little bit, but we were able to do it. So now I am in 8th place, or 9th place rather, right behind Rosberg. We'll see if we can catch him here. We're on lap 8 now, right behind Hulkenberg. We take this corner a little bit too wide going into the grass, but it's our pit window, so we're going to go just right into the pit lane, so we didn't lose too much time there. And we got to get ourselves a new pair of soft tires because our strategy is for 2 softs and then 2 super softs. So I haven't really gotten the pit lane speed strategy down where you can kind of slow down right before the entrance to the pit lane. So once I get that down, we'll save even more time. But right now, I just don't know how to do it where we can move in quick and then kind of slam on the brakes a little bit right beforehand. But we had a really good quick pit here with our team and moved out of the pit lane, and now we're out into 14th position and on the move. We're now on lap 11, catching up to Kvyat and Saints. We'll see if we can get in front of them here. I'm going to try and take them on the inside again like I've done in the past and a couple other drivers earlier on in the race, and I've done it. Trying to take it on Saints, but not able to. Take a look at the replay here, though. Just kind of coming right down the side in the middle here, and it doesn't seem like a lot of people are expecting it, but look at that. Almost ran right into Saints there. Almost, that could have been really bad there for him and me if I had run into him, but we were able to do it, and we're right behind Carlos Sainz now. We'll see if we can get in front of him and overtake him at the right moment.
Okay, at this rate, we'll finish with a little extra fuel, so you have some
Coming
time to run a faster engine mode for a bit.
into this corner, I'm right behind Sainz, but I lock up a little bit, but I was able to recover. And I'm going to try to take him out, overtake him here on the straightaway. I'm going to enable rich fuel and see if we can overtake here. Right here on the inside. Oh, almost cut the corner a little bit there, but I don't think we're going to get dinged for it. And now we're in front of him. Tire wear is not looking good, it's looking okay, but our front right wing is a little bit damaged there. Locking up again going into the grass. I'm not able to really manage the tire temps and rich fuel and stuff like that on the controls of the wheel. So I find every time that I end up trying to mess with that, I end up messing up in the race. So I don't really right now try to fool around too much with changing to lean, rich, and standard fuel mixes. I just kind of keep it in standard for most of the race. Moving on to lap 17 here, it's our second pit window, so now we're going to be pitting onto super soft tires. We've got one more pit after this, so we're right behind Button and Hulkenberg, but we're going to go right into the pit lane now and get on these super softs. This should make us a little bit faster here at the very end of the race, and we've got quite a few laps to go, so we'll see if we can catch up here and get some better positions. Good pit stop here. As best as it can be, but whenever you have to change the front wing like this, it just takes up a lot of time. So it's really important. Try not to hit anybody, but I'm a rookie driver, so I'm expected to run into things from time to time. Coming out of the pit lane now on lap 18, we're on the super soft tires. Let's get moving. We're almost on the beginning of lap 19. I've caught up with Ericsson and Sainz, so we'll see. Ericsson's actually going into the pit lane, so now it's just Sainz and I. I'm in 16th, he's in 15th. We'll see. DRS is active. Can we get in front of him here? Oh, we got people coming out of the pit lane. Perez side by side, kind of blocking us in a little bit, but we were able to get in front of him there. And it looks like Sainz is on the mediums, so he's going to be going long. He might actually stay out for the rest of the race on those tires. We're going to slip right through him here, and we've done it. We've done it on corner 2. We are in front of him into 12th position, catching up to Grosjean. Again, our arch nemesis. He does not like us. He is not going to like seeing us in his rear view. But taking a look at our tire temperature here, or our tire wear, making sure everything looks good. I'm not really sure how long I'm going to be going on these super soft tires. I'm not really sure like how much each lap takes as far as tire wear goes. So we'll see how we do. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Coming into lap 19 though, we're right behind Grosjean again, trying to enable DRS and get around him here, and we were able to do it. We've done it again, overtaking Grosjean. He's in our rear view. Take a look at the replay here. Just DRS active, just going right around there, giving us a little extra speed coming around the corner here. It's just amazing overtaking like that. Going a little bit off of the grass, into the grass there a little bit. Oh, Grosjean tries to get it back though on the corner, but we were able to keep him behind us into turn 3. Look at that. Nicely done. Coming into turn 4 now, and then into turn 5. Nicely done. Okay, so we've got Hulkenberg in 9th. We are on lap 20. We just got to keep moving here. It's lap 23 now, and Hulkenberg isn't too far ahead of us on the medium tires. We're on the super soft, so we should be able to catch him. We've got some hazards of green and yellow, so it's kind of confusing to me whether or not it's a green flag or yellow flag. It looks like it's green, but it's yellow. I'm side by side by Hulkenberg. He taps me right into the wall, hits my left front wing. Oh, I get hit by another person. I'm trying to get out in front. Oh shit, doesn't look good. Hit Perez right on the front into the side of the wall. This is just, oh my goodness, we got tons of penalties going on here. Look at this, just side by side with Hulkenberg. He taps me right into the wall. Then somebody else hits me. I don't know who that was, but man, knocks me into the wall, and then I try to get out in front. I think I have enough time, but I go head to head with Perez, sending me into the wall. Parts go flying. Just take a look at this. Bam, right there. Didn't hurt that guy too much, but wow. Kvyat is now in front. I'm in 13th, or 14th rather. Wehrlein is right behind us, and I've got to get into the pit. The car is all over the place. Look at this. Wehrlein is just bumping us here. He said, get the hell out of the way, I guess. No overtaking. Yellow flag. I don't know what's going on. I'm just all kinds of flags going up, and I'm just kind of confused by it. It says yellow flag and green flag. So it's just kind of, I don't know what's going on here. Everybody just slams on their brakes. Hulkenberg, Kvyat, everybody's just kind of sitting there in the middle of the track. I go around them. I don't know if I can or not, but I'm going right into the pit lane. Take a look at the replay. Look at that. They're just, I think they had they ran into each other or something. I don't know what's going on. Everybody is just kind of sitting out here in the track. Not sure what's going on there, but just go right into the pit lane, and I don't know if I get any penalties for that, but our teammate Palmer is right behind us. Palmer ended up running right into somebody, so he's got to get his front wing fixed as well, it looks like. Got a good pit stop, but here comes Palmer right in there, right behind us, so he's going to be probably 20 seconds behind us here in this race. This is the last pair of soft tires. We've got the safety car out, lap 24, so we'll see how long we have the safety car for, but we don't have that many laps to go. We've caught up with the safety car, so everybody's just kind of keeping their tire temperatures at the right optimal temperature, and it looks like we've had a couple laps here, but now we're on to lap 26, so we've got 3 laps to go. We've got Nasser right behind us, Gutierrez in front, and it looks like the safety car is heading in. So now we're gonna head into lap 27. We've got some blue flag going on, so that means that other faster drivers like Vettel coming up behind us. Try to let him through, and Rosberg, but take a look at this here. Perez comes right up behind them, and oh, and I get tapped right on the side. Look at that. Got to take a look at the replay here. I'm letting Perez right there get tapped by, who was that? Nasser, I think. Nasser hit me right on the side. Take a look at Nasser's point of view. I'm right in front of him, and then he just kind of taps me right here, and it kind of slides. I go sliding in through the grass, but wow, I was able to recover from that very quickly, and I'm still right behind Perez now. But I got to get this back because Perez is pissing me off because I let the faster drivers through, and Perez just kind of snuck through while I was kind of letting off there. So I've got a vendetta against Perez, and I'm coming after him. Doing a good job keeping up with Perez. We've got Vettel right in front, so I'm not going to be able to pass Perez or Vettel, but I'm going to try to overtake Perez on the outside. But man, Gutierrez just kind of slammed on his brakes, had to get out of the way. But I'm going to dive bomb right in front of Perez and Vettel. Take a look at that. That was freaking amazing. I'm going to have to give up the position to Vettel here pretty soon. We got Rosberg in front, so I'm not going to be able to pass Rosberg, but so right here, I'm letting Vettel through. He should be coming by. Yep, there he is. And looks like Ricardo is next. There he is. Yep. And then, so this is where I have the problem because I start slowing down. We got Perez back there, but we also have another blue flag driver who is, I can't see who it is. Let's see. Yeah, Bottas. And then look at that. Perez goes right by us here, and Gutierrez. So I haven't really gotten down the, I just got a dive bomb right in front of Gutierrez, and I'm catching Perez no matter what, but I haven't gotten down the strategy of how to let the other drivers pass. So once I figure that out, we'll be in better shape. I'm keeping up with Perez, and Bottas is right in front. I'm not really sure. I kind of tapped Perez there a little bit by accident, but something happened to Fernando Alonso. He's out of the race, so I guess he must have crashed, but I kind of come right in front here, almost tapping Bottas, but get that position back from Perez. Thankfully, this is the last lap because we've been passed by Vettel and the leading driver, so this is it. We've got to keep this up. We are in 16th place, so let's see if we can get across the finish line here. We're coming around the final corner right behind Bottas, keeping Perez behind us. The race winner is Lewis Hamilton. Wow, good job for him coming down the straightaway here. Take a look here, right across the finish line. Wow, what an amazing race, and it looks like it was just about to rain too. But it looks like I hit 17th place position instead of 16th for some reason. We'll have to take a look. That's a good win for Hamilton. Petronas race team is going to be very happy for that.
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant.
We've got Vettel coming out into 4th place. He looks a little happy, but I think he's a little bit disappointed because he almost hit podium, and he could have been up there celebrating with the champagne, but overall he did really well. But not bad at all for our first race. Hitting 17th place, that was what our race target was, and I think we placed better than Palmer. So overall, I think we did a pretty good job. Look at that, throwing out the champagne. Wow, hopefully we can see ourselves there on the podium at some point in the future of this season. I think that would be really awesome.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Lewis Hamilton takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after an excellent result. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
My driver of the day, Crofty, was Danny Kvyat. Look at where he finished compared to where he started. That's a great effort.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes move to the top of the table. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
Looks like we came in 17th place here for the end. We got a penalty of 1 lap, so it looks like Palmer got a penalty as well. A lot of people got penalties, Perez, Nasser, and I guess that was because of accidents, and especially I definitely needed a penalty because of some of those moves I made earlier on, tapping in a couple drivers and also running head-on into Perez as well. It's unfortunate that he got a +1 lap because he probably shouldn't have gotten one. Because it was my fault for running into him. Yeah, it does look like we gained some points here on our rivalry. We finished the race, and we finished in 17th over 20th. We had the fastest sectors of 1, 2, and 3, so we got points there, and we had the fastest lap. So we're up to 10 rivalry points versus Palmer's 7. Overall, not a bad first race. I'm going to set the difficulty up to medium now for the next race weekend. I have no idea where we're going to be. This is a complete surprise to me. But with every new track, we're going to have to get acclimated to it. We're going to have to learn the track. So I've tried to really learn this track, and I'm going to have to do this with all the other ones as well. And hopefully we can do well in the next race coming up. If you guys want to see more of this, if you guys really enjoyed this episode and this career mode, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any new episodes. Again, this took me a lot of time to make, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys look forward to the next episode when it comes out. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys again next time. Take care.